Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking this video. I am here in my budgeting part for the month of May 2024. And if you have not seen my first video, my name is Turna. I'm 44. I'm a first-time homeowner and I have only a single income to budget with. And I'm just going to show you how, on a monthly basis, how the breakdown of my monthly bills, expenses, costs are. So the pay period for me, I get paid once a month. So the pay period started actually already on the 24th of April. And I assume in the second last week of the month, I will get paid so, and that looks a little bit like that. When I said 24th was my pay date, I got the money, but I have also, of course, now costs coming up, or they are already taken out of my account. And I had also a rollover from the previous month. Just for your understanding, I actually started to budget from, I believe, December on. Yeah, December. It was December because I saw a lot of budgeting videos and I was like, oh, what's this? What are sinking funds and so on? And then I started with that and I kind of became very fascinated by it. And I said, okay, in order to take control back about my finances, my financial situations, I need to do that. So, and this helps me a lot because I can break down each cost or let's say the expenses and so on a weekly basis. How much money do I need on a weekly basis? So just to give you a hint, now on the 24th I got paid. My internet was already taken, which is usually here this week, was taken out of my bank account at the same time when my paycheck was deposited, or my payment, my salary hit the bank account. Okay, so that was already taken out of it. Now, at the same time, because I'm filming this on the 27th of April. Yeah, it is the Saturday. No, not 26th. Okay, 27th. Yes, because it's 27th. So I have here the car tax will hit my bank account soon. The electricity, this is like a monthly budgeting plan that I have. For example, the electricity company says, okay, your usage was low. You can either, upgrade your payment a little bit, or increase or decrease it depending. And I increased it to 50 euros. So that's why 50 euros will be taken out soon. And my mortgage hits, of course, my bank account. Plus, I have a monthly investment going on, so it's like on auto pay that will also hit. So the last week of the month is really payment heavy in terms of, because these costs hit me, as soon as my bank account is filled up again, with my salary, with my monthly paycheck. So then, as I said, this might fall also, this will fall into this week. Sometimes it is on the second last week, so to say, but this time around it will be really like in this week now, Monday, April 29th and 30th, it will be still like that. These costs will actually happen, but they belong to the previous month. That's why I wrote them on in the blog of Sunday, so that you get an idea how it looks like for me on a monthly basis. Now, the first cost that I will have, let's say purely from this month, will be the homeowner association's costs. I live in the Netherlands. I bought an apartment, and because we bought an apartment, it is like that usually you are immediately assigned to an association which manages all the bills for the building itself, the electricity bill, the water bill, and also, of course, repairs. There's a monthly, yearly plan set up, budget set up for any kind of repairs, painting, etc., etc. So, in the beginning, this cost was very low, let's say in a sense of 220 euros or something like that. But because we got to know by getting more and more information from the actual administration. You hire always a real estate agency as acting administration for you, because they take care of payments, etc., and also housekeeping, budgeting the invoices, etc., which come, about. We found out that the previous owners, when this building was newly built and every apartment was sold, they didn't budget so well. They didn't set up a safety budget, for repairs, etc., etc. It was always kept at a minimum. Of course, throughout the years, repairs had to be made, but they were always, how can I say, given to the next homeowner, next apartment owner, and so on. And now we have finally a good leadership in the homeowner association, and we have now also a new real estate agency taking care of the administrative stuff and so on. And they said now for this year it will be 260 euros. Of course, it can increase again, because again we have running costs, always costs coming up, etc., etc. So that's one thing that comes. So in terms of rent, I don't need to pay rent, but I pay, of course, my mortgage, which I will pay this week as well, or the upcoming week. But it is in that sense, it's a rent payment, yeah. So let me see. Then I have here the travel. Also, I set up a travel insurance. Why? Because I like to travel very far away, so abroad, Southeast Asia, etc., etc. And of course, if I save money on the flight ticket, it can happen that one leg of the flight is cancelled suddenly, and I'm stuck somewhere, and so on. And I made now the experience that I cannot claim money back. It's not that easy to claim money back because of EU law, and if you are out of the European Union, and so on. Sometimes the international flight companies or airlines can just, wiggle their way out of paying any kind of compensation. So that's why I said, I want to have a travel insurance, and if my flight ticket is not more than 2,500, I get compensation. If it's more than that, I am not eligible for compensation anymore. But it is good to have this kind of travel insurance, in case something happens. Now, the next payment that will hit my bank account, I assume this week, but sometimes it was also on the 6th, is my credit card payment. Why? Because my credit card is set up that way that it is always balanced out in the next month. Example, if I spend now in April money with my credit card, I need to pay it immediately on the 6th of May, as an example. There is no way around that I can, drag the payment so long and so on. So it is, how can I say, that's why, for example, I know now before I was spending a lot of money, and I was cutting everywhere else, spending, just to make sure that I have the money, because I didn't have any kind of overdraft, set up or something like that. I am not even sure if I can do an overdraft or not, because I didn't ask, to be honest with you. And I also don't want to, risk my mortgage payments, that they don't go through. So I am quite happy about the setup, in that sense, payment setup, that I need to pay immediately the next month my credit card. So I also now, because of my spending, let's say, of me budgeting since, unofficially since December, I really cut down the cost on the credit card. When I say cost on the credit card, I mean whatever I spent with credit card, So, and I try to keep it really on a minimum. Now, on the 6th, let's go to, maybe if I call this one week 1. As you can see, week 1, I know what costs will happen. Week 2, I am also aware what costs will happen, because I have now here the cost for my cat, Fiona. I need to go to the vet to get her vaccinations done, for yearly vaccination. I already set money aside for it because of my sinking funds. I already have more or less 100 euros ready for that treatment, because last year it was 98 euros, the vaccinations. So I assume that it will be also around that same amount. Now, bank fee to keep my bank account, checking account, savings account, and also the credit card. My bank charges me a fee, and that's on a monthly basis. Before last month it was €3.15. Now it's €3.65. I think based on the inflation they also increased that one. It is still an okay amount for me. So if I think about it now, approximate, if no other payments occurs, I have a, let's say, now I will just pay €103 this week only. So nothing else. That's good. That keeps me organized, because I know, for example, I have enough money in my bank account so that it will cover the second week. Again, first heavy week, payment heavy week is week 1. But for the second week now, let's have a look. Now for the second week, I don't have anything planned, let's say any visits planned, etc. Dental visit at where I could accrue costs also. But I will have to put my cat in a cattery for almost 3 weeks, because I have to go on a business trip to India, and because of that, these costs are paid by my company, so I don't worry about it. And also this cattery cost will be paid, I will be reimbursed by my company for that for sure. I don't worry about it. But of course, there are still running costs occurring while I'm away and so on. So just to give you an idea, for example, I have here in the Netherlands, I signed up for a funeral insurance. Why? I'm still 44, but I am on my own here, and you never know what happens, So in case I should suddenly disappear from this world, let's say, I can, they will take care of my funeral costs, this will take care of my funeral costs. And I just need to organize something before, let's say a plan or additional insurance for the transport from my body to Germany. But that's the thing that I have not investigated yet. I need to take care of this one, but for the funeral insurance, it is there. Just not to be a burden on my family, in Germany, because again, they are in Germany, I'm here in the Netherlands. It's just a 3 hours drive from my place of living to my family. But yes, baby, you see here my cat now, so she might jump or not. She wants attention. Yeah, but that's the thing. I have a phone bill. I set up the phone bill, or I have a phone, just a SIM card, and it has, I believe, 5 GB internet, and I have also additional phone minutes and SMS and so on. But I didn't go higher with the monthly rate, because it does make sense to me to go higher. Why? Because, for example, at home I have internet, I have Wi-Fi. So whenever I'm, coming back from work, I have my internet at home. So there is no need to run the Wi-Fi or the hotspot of my mobile phone and to use up the data there. Then at work, I also can dial into the local network, local Wi-Fi at my work. That also, how can I say, makes sense to me. I don't need to use up my personal Wi-Fi, personal data. Plus, additionally, I don't make so many phone calls except with WhatsApp. And WhatsApp, of course, if I'm connected to Wi-Fi in my house here, or connected, let's say, to the Wi-Fi at work, it doesn't make sense, to have a really high thing. Of course, I'm watching sometimes YouTube on my mobile phone and so on, but it's not like that I'm watching it, all day long. I don't have, Netflix or something like that set up, Apple TV or so. Yeah, that's why I don't need to use that. So that's one thing. I put in also telephone here, maybe because I thought, okay, it's going to be that on that day. But let's say even if that, even if it's on the same day, it's still okay, because it's in this week, right? So week 3 is this week where I'm gone. Week 4 is this week where several things hit my bank account as a cost or expense. The phone, of course, and I wrote here phone bill Netherlands, because I have also another phone, but that's for the UK. But the payment of this phone, for example, it goes out of a different bank account. That's why I still mention it here. But I have my water costs, for example. So again, this is a monthly budgeting or monthly payment plan set up by the water company, because they checked my usage for a year and said, okay, you know what, it doesn't make sense that you pay, let's say, 100 euros on a monthly basis if you are just in reality maybe using up 20 euros. As an example, yeah, the water cost for me right now, it's just only 11 euros per month. So even if I would use up more, they will see, of course, after they see the whole yearly picture of my usage, they will determine, okay, we need to increase your monthly payment to 20 euros. So I'm still okay with that. So that's fine with me, so I don't mind that. Then internet, I have also internet here, of course. My internet company, it's called Odido. It was previously T-Mobile, but they changed it here in Europe and called themselves Odido. I paid first 30 euros or 31 euros, but then with time they increased, of course, with the inflation, and right now I'm at 35.85 or something like that. It could be still okay, because it's one of the lowest payments for internet on a monthly basis. I am not sure what is the, let's say, what is the speed. It's not glass fiber and so on, but the fiber internet, but it's still unlimited internet. So that means I can watch YouTube, Netflix if I wanted to, or any other TV show all night long, all week long, I could watch without any problems my my things that I wanted to watch. Okay, that's done. Now again, we have this one, these costs now from the previous month repeating in the last week of, of May. So I'm just going to write mortgage here. Oh, I wrote it actually here, sorry, because I'm just looking at it, and yeah, let's do it like this here, mortgage. So now let's have a look. So car tax, I will pay car tax because I have a small car. My car tax is, oh, I forgot something. I forgot here something that is really car insurance. I really forgot that one. So car insurance, when I say car insurance, it will also be taken out of my bank account in the first week. And this is something that I actually decreased from 53 euros to 44 euros. And I'm going to tell you, in this, when I call it car insurance, is actually not correct, because it includes the costs of the insurance for the car, but also it includes the cost for my home, the liability insurance, and also other insurance, another insurance, I think. But think about it, when you have a house or home, you have certain liability insurances, etc., etc. So that's it, as well as the car insurance. So that's 44 euros that also hits my bank account in the first week. Okay, so, but car tax, now I remember, because car tax is something else. And yeah, so that hits my bank account also last week of the month. The costs are sometimes 23 euros or 22 euros, depending. My mortgage, again, it will hit the bank account, but because I'm doing additional payments, the amount that you see here, 1,003 euros, can decrease to, let's say, 1,000 euros, because I make additional payments on a monthly basis. So, and the phone bill for the UK, it is taken out of a different bank account, so that's the thing. Then I have here, under mortgage investment, I do monthly invest 50 euros into stocks, throughout my bank, through my bank, and so on. And so that's fine with me as well. Plus, I have the electricity cost. Yes, maybe I will finish soon. No worries. And the electricity, again, is the same as the water bill. It is based on my usage, on my real usage, and let's say under the assumption that I will use the same amount of electricity as I did in the previous year. So that's why, for example, the actual rate that was suggested to me from the electricity company was like, I think 37 euros. But I said, you know what, I'm just going to be sure, and I am going to have 50 euros. And I can see in my app for my electricity company, they give me an estimation of, let's say, for example, that I will get in September when the yearly payment, let's say when they do the yearly calculations in September, I will get, now they say, 69 euros back. So in the previous year before, I had a monthly payment of 127 euros or 130 euros. That was quite high, but at that time I also got like 1,000 or around 1,000 euros back because I didn't use so much electricity. So yeah, this is my monthly calendar setup or calendar budget. In the next video, because I think this video is quite long, you might see me breaking down the costs, and also I'm going to talk about the debts as well as my sinking funds and savings that I'm planning. So if you are interested in that, I would say please subscribe, share and like, as well as comment, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.